Hello everybody, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. I'm Josh, and this is Kigro's Adventures on the Sword Coast. Today we finished, or I guess last week we finished the Carlet's Tower section of this area, and we found out his story behind what happened here and the murder investigation we're going through. We also found a secret witness to what had happened. So now we're back here with the Guardian, and we're going to finish up this quest. So let's talk to the Guardian.
Greetings, Judge. Do you bring with you the oaths of the brothers Jarek?
Yes. Which oaths do you bear? Both Quint's and Carlet's. Well, thank you. Are you prepared to stand in judgment? Yes, I am ready. Quint and Carlet Jareg, I summon you unto the Court of Judgment. Greetings, Lady Guardian. Greetings, Judge. All of us with faces dour, waiting for the judgment hour. You know well the charges that the Morning Lord has brought against you. On a midwinter night, long ago, the Children of Charwood were brought here and slaughtered. You, the accused, have each spoken in your defense and given your written oath to the judge before you. Our souls long for rest, Lady Guardian, and our hearts for justice. Hold your tongue, Carlet Jareg. You have had your say and given your oath. That is all this court requires of you. Now it is time for that judge to decide the fate of us all. Judge, what is your ruling? Alright, so here we have a choice. I can find either Quint guilty and give the phylactery back to Carlet. I can find Carlet guilty and destroy the phylactery, and I can find neither Quint nor Carlet guilty of the crime. So they've both done things that led to the murder of the children. Quint is obviously very, very innocent. He was doing what he thought was right, and he just wanted to help the children in the village under Carlet's plan to become a lich. Carlet, on the other hand, did directly kill the children, and, well, his plans were not that great to begin with, and as a cleric of Hela, or Paladin of Hela, I should say, I find the undead reprehensible. However, Carlet was misled. He did have really good intentions, although he was doing them in a terrible way. He wanted to become a Baelnorn, I believe is the term, which is a guardian it's a guardian lich, basically. With that, he was told the only way he could do that by the demon Belial. So I always on this one rule that neither Quint nor Carlet was guilty of the crime. There is no denying that a great crime has been committed, Judge. What evidence do you bring that it was not at the hands of the brothers Jareg? I have the written oath of the demon Belial. Indeed, Belial, Lord of Fire, I summon you unto the Court of Judgment. Does Lathander have sudden need of my services, Lady Guardian? Long have I sensed that you, too, have been trapped within this castle. The judge has produced your written confession and found you guilty. He may very well find me guilty, my lady, but punishing me shall be quite another matter. You hold no power over me, Guardian. I stand guard over the phylactery by Lathander's will. The fate of that phylactery determines the fate of all who gather here, even me, even you. Decide, Judge, what shall be the fate of the phylactery? Alright, so here's the next choice. I can take the phylactery myself, which will free everybody here. And that includes Belial, who will escape to the Abyss. Or I can have the Guardian keep it and keep everybody trapped here, including the Guardian and the innocent people who have been trapped here who have been awaiting death. I'm taking the phylactery on my own, even though Belial basically gets away with his crime. But the other people of Charwood do not deserve this, so I shall take the phylactery myself. Your judge is a fool, Guardian. The court is closed, then. The case resolved. By Lathander's own decree, we are free to go. Even me. The Fire Lord speaks true, but your decision is final. Lathander has decreed that there is no turning back. And by the Morning Lord's power, I shall make it so. Judge, take this vessel and guard it unto the end of your days. With your judgment, the souls of all gathered here are finally free of this place. I have but one question. What brought you to your judgment? We all must be free, be it to do evil or good. I didn't realize. See, I kind of went over why I chose this. None of these choices make sense to me, so I'm going to, the judge's heart is his alone, ask no more. That much is true. Do you wish now to hear Lathander's version of this tragedy? Yes, give me the Morning Lord's account. That a slaughter of children happened within these walls one midwinter's night is beyond refute. Less clear, however, are the events that led to such a crime. Indeed, it was Quint Jerag who gathered up the village children for a party within the castle library. I did, Judge. Never will I forgive myself. Yet it was his brother Carlet who tricked him into doing so, and who cast the spell that caused the slaughter. Carlet sought to become a noble Baelnorn, you see, and had been told that the blood of innocence would be required. I made it quick, just a moment of pain. I was told that they would be returned to life as soon as I finished my ceremony, but I never finished. It was the demon Belial who told him that lie, twisting Carlet's good intentions to an evil end. Some of my best work, might I add. Even now the Dark Lords ride into battle with the name of Belial, Lord of Fire, on their lips. The phylactery was the heart of it. Carlet needed it. Belial gave it. Quint stole it. Lathander confiscated it. I guarded it, and you judged its fate. It is done. To all assembled then, Lathander declares this court adjourned. When you leave, I shall seal the castle doors, and you shall never return. May the judge always know the blessings of the Morning Lord. And with that, we have freed all the spirits trapped in the Charwood. So, yeah, the one thing was letting Belial out, but like I said, at some point I'll learn how to go to the Abyss, and then I'll hunt Belial down and I'll just kill him there. So, he'll pay for his crimes, eventually. We have a friend, Mayor Mobley. Judge, it's me, Mayor Mobley. Look how the light shines through the leaves again. See all you've done. I stayed behind to thank you. You're welcome, Mayor. Is there anything else I can do for you? You have done all that we could have ever hoped for. We can all rest now, all of us. We leave these woods to the animals, and to you. Goodbye, Judge. You have served us well. And with that, he leaves us a reward of 653 gold and the slow spell. I already have that spell, so. But now we just travel back through what used to be the village, and there are animals.
Walk away from this.
Now, you might wonder why there's polar bears here in this lush green area, but the one thing that is really kind of interesting about Neverwinter is it's actually in a very cold area. The river that runs through the city, however, keeps Neverwinter warm, so a bunch of magic hoopla going on there. Okay, and so we'll just beat up on some animals, mostly for the experience, and because if I didn't, they'd attack me anyway. And really, I mean, if I was able to, I would collect their meat and give it to charity and such, but okay, and this was the mayor's house. As you can see, the sign has deteriorated. And this was the inn that we found the strange cultist in. Okay, and there's another dire boar. So yeah, with that, Charwood has been freed of its curse, and as soon as I get rid of this last dire boar, I'm going to show off the mount ability of being a paladin. And then we'll ride back to Port Llast and finish up some quests and do some bookkeeping there. So here we go, Paladin. I'm going to summon my mount. And there we go, I have a warhorse. And so now, if I remember correctly, mount actions, individual mount. Alright, and I lose my cape, but we are now on a warhorse, traveling back from whence we came. So the one cool thing about the warhorse is it's basically the Paladin's familiar. They're usually trained for battle and can put up a pretty decent fight, as well as being, I believe they're outsiders. I think they're basically from the planes of good, such as the Seven Heavens of Celestia. Oh, undead. And I can fight from horseback, so... Although my horse isn't hasted, so I'm probably going about the same speed as I was before. Okay, come on. There we go. Alright, so continuing on. And I've gone straight to a dead end. There's a map. I can use that. Okay. A little bit of backtracking, but this also allows me to make sure I've caught everything I needed to. Gotten all the enemies I can. Just basically making sure that we're keeping up with everything. So, like I said, the one thing about this episode is it's going to be a lot of exposition. Just a lot of quests turning in and finishing up some of the chapter. I'm not quite going to finish up everything because I still have to explore parts of the North Road, and we'll do that next episode. As well as finish up Daelin's quest and Sharwin's quest. And again, I would do what is his name? The Dwarf's Quest. But he is evil, and I do not wish to associate with him. So, okay, so now we're back at Port Llast. Let us head to first. I don't have any more werewolf things, so I need to talk to first up is the many-starred cloak, Eltura.
Well, hello. Have you exciting news for me, or is this just a routine visit? Either way, I'm pleased to see you again.
I have one of the tomes you seek. That is most excellent news. Please, let me see what you have. Oh, this is very exciting. Alright, I have the Tome of Fire. Well, the Tome of Fire. That will be a nice addition to my collection. Thank you very much. And now for your reward. This should keep you quite happy indeed, I would think. Don't you? Now tell me, what else I might do for you? She gave me 500 gold, plus 125 XP. I'm not going to push it until the end, so I have another tome to offer. Truly? Of course, of course. Don't let my appreciation stand in the way of new additions. Let me see what you have. Tome of Ice. Ah, the Tome of Ice. Another fine work to add to my collection. I thank you for this. And another 500 gold. I have another tome. Tome of Death. Well, what an exquisite book. I've always thought death was such a beautiful, misunderstood thing. This book shall serve as my centerpiece. And another 500 gold, and one last tome. The Tome of Resonance. Well, well, the Tome of Resonance. Though I hoped otherwise, I felt certain I would never see it amongst my collection. You have my admiration and appreciation. This should keep you quite happy indeed, I would think, don't you? Now, tell me what else I might do for you. That's all for now. Goodbye. I wish you a good night, sir. Please come back again. Alright, and we'll come back to her when we have the 5th book, and we'll do all the magical crafting once we have all 5 tomes found. Next bit of upkeep is to find... I'm getting lost in the city for some reason, but go to the elf Eliath and give him his gems. We should have 2 of the 3 that he needs. I'm just going to ride my horse wherever I please.
How do you do? Have you had any luck acquiring the gems? Or is there something else you need?
I do have 2 of the gems right here.
This will work out yet.
Everything
happens for a reason.
That gem that
so much
the
for
wizard
helping me
refused
out,
to give up to me. Does the fool still live? No, no. Do not answer that. I would truly prefer not to know. Were he intelligent, he would have made the deal I offered. Here, the 200 gold pieces I promised. Might you have another of the gems on you, or shall I have to wait? No, I'll be going. I see. Best of luck to you, then. I must have turned one in already. Alright, and then Learner came up to me. There was a big fellow in here, looking for someone exactly like you. Pretty sure it's you. Buddy of mine tells him, get lost, and the big guy kill him for it. Bled all over. I'm sorry my presence has brought such suffering.
Don't worry, young Hander. This will work
thanks.
out yet. Everything happens for a reason.
They always
it
told
does.
me, buddy,
so much
that
for helping me
that
out,
mount
Mom.
of his would be death of him. At least he did it for a good man. Is there anything I can do to repay your loss? He was gonna hold a big funeral for him. We figures he's a hero for standing up like that against the cult. A little donation to that would be nice. Yeah, sure. Here, take 400 gold. Oh, really? Yeah, this go a long way. We'll have Big Hero's funeral for him. Alright, I better clear out of here before anyone else gets hurt. Yeah, these be troubled time about these parts. Alright, so I'm gonna check my journal real quick. I have the Serpent's Gems. Tower, second is held by the warriors and Thera, who recently
Don't worry, young Hander.
Final
This
gem
will
is the
work out
personal
yet.
treasure.
Everything happens for a reason. It does.
Thanks so much for helping me, Al.
Two of these gems have now been discovered. Okay, so I did turn in one. I just got confused between my computer crashing and everything and what I had finished. Alright. After that, I believe the last place I have to go today is the barracks. And although we have things to talk to Aribeth about, first we are going to turn in our bounty heads while still mounted on my horse. I'm just going to finish the episode on the horse, guys, because it's fun.
Good to see you again. Have you had any luck tracking down the bounties?
I have some of the ears. Aye, you found one of the convicts. Which ear do you have there? I have Sturges. Aye, 'tis indeed the markings that the man of the bulwark told me of. Congratulations, lad, you've done a service for us all. I'll be pleased to offer you the bounty for it, then. Surely the town's safety is worth more than that. You might be right. Me coffers be small, but I will add what I can for your reward. You did earn it. And might you have another of them ears in your pack? I have the wyvern's ear. Aye, 'tis indeed the markings. It's the same thing you said before. And same thing. So, I'm just getting a little bit of extra gold on it. And might you have another of them ears in your pack? And Delilah's ear. 'Tis indeed the markings. Congratulations. Surely the town's safety is worth more than that. And might you have another of them ears in your pack? No, not yet. We'll have to go up the North Road for those. Well, I hope you find some bastards soon. Something else I can do for you then, lad? I'll be going. I wish you the best of luck on your quest, lad. Alright. Now, Grimnaw. That was the monk's name. Haha. I kind of remember it. I think I need to finish up Eringen's story, so let's talk to Erin.
The gods smile on us that you remain yet unharmed for your efforts. With luck, success shall soon follow.
I would rather talk about something else. I think you have a story to finish.
Aye. What would you have of me?
Yes, I finished his story already.
May the luck of the gods be yours, my friend.
Okay. Let me check with Aribeth and make sure that I finished her story too. I don't think I got the item I'm supposed to from Aribeth. Eringen doesn't give you an item if you go through his story, but Aribeth does. So let's talk to her.
It is good to see you again. At times I worry that you have taken on too much responsibility yourself. Yet always you surprise me with your resourcefulness and success.
Yes, it's like a paladin could be going out here and just wiping up all of this problem. Especially a paladin that's higher level than me, right?
Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
Aaron mentioned that you've been very short of temper recently.
I am angry. I have been thinking more and more of how Fenthic met his end, and how I did nothing to stop it, and I grow even more angry. Fenthic devoted his entire life to the service of justice and the performance of his duty, just as I have. And what did he get for it? Discarded. Discarded by his liege lord to appease the witless masses. Discarded by his god for one foolish mistake. Tell me why I shouldn't be angry.
Maybe you should be angry.
I should be angry at those who condemned Fenthic for the wrong reasons. I should be angry at Fenthic, too, for being a good man and a trusting fool. And so Fenthic got his final reward. Thank you, Tyr, Lord of Justice, for aiding your faithful servant. Shall I be next, then? Shall I, too, end my life a traitor? Executed for being too adhered to my duty to question injustice when I see it? Will Tyr abandon me, then, too?
What's brought this on all of a sudden?
I don't know. Tyr brought me here, put me on this path. I want to know why. Why teach me true justice and then throw it in my face? All I know is that I am tired of being sad. I am tired of feeling helpless. I feel guilty for questioning myself, but I feel I must be questioned. Vengeance is not Tyr's way, but I fear I see no justice being done here. There is no justice to be had for Fenthic, only vengeance, and I cannot do it.
That's true. We should not follow a path of vengeance. We do need to, however, bring the cultists to justice.
Perhaps it is just the dreams. They continue to come and get worse each night. I hear voices crying out. So many voices.
The dreams have gotten worse.
I see Fenthic killed before me over and over. I hear laughter, and so many crying out to me for help. I almost cannot bear it. Promise me as my dearest friend, that you will find this cult and visit upon them the vengeance that I cannot.
I don't think that will help you.
I see. It is all I can think of that will silence the dreams. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps all I need is some rest to put this into proper perspective. You have been a fine friend. Here, take this. It is a ring that belonged to my father. I want you to have it. Let it symbolize our friendship. Perhaps if something were to happen to me, it would remind you of me in days to come.
What do you mean? You sound like you have a plan.
I don't mean anything, my friend. It is simply fatigue and worry that make me speak such. Please, take the ring.
Very well. I will take it.
That makes me glad. You do me a great honor by carrying it. Let us speak more later. Go, find where the heart of this cult resides, and return to me. I wish you luck with all my heart.
Yeah, Aribeth is going down a very dark path here. But, oh, we have a mission to finish, so let's talk to her again.
It is good to see you again. At times I worry that you have taken on too much responsibility yourself, yet always you surprise me with your resourcefulness and success. Have you yet discovered any new information on the cult?
I have located some information about the cult. In fact, I have located quite a bit.
This is good news. What have you discovered?
Show her the letter to Solomon.
The cult sought to strike against you through an agent, did they? Fortunate for us that their efforts proved fruitless. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter woods. Search those places, perhaps, for the information we seek.
Yep, I already did.
Have you found any other information?
I have the letter from Neva.
This Mogram grows desperate, I see. They fear you, and well they should. While this information you bring is incredibly valuable, it still does not tell us where the cult is based. We need that information if we are to strike at them. Fortunately, it does mention where more cultists may be found. Charwood and the Neverwinter woods. Search those places, perhaps, for the information we seek. Have you found any other information?
I found Realmer's journal.
One can only wonder what this cult might have done had their plans in the Neverwinter wood been successful. Well done.
Well, technically, their plans in the Neverwinter wood were successful.
This information
But
suggests
we'll
that
find
this
out about that in
Mogrim
the
and his
third.
cult are to be found within Luskan. I do wonder, however, if this is not some attempt on their part to deceive us. Perhaps they meant for you to find this?
In the journal from a guy... yeah, okay, whatever.
I would like you to continue your investigation, just in case. I need a second piece of information that supports the first to be absolutely certain it is the truth.
Well, here's
We
a
can afford no mistake.
Well, here's a cultist journal from the Charwood.
The ramblings of a madman. One has to wonder what this cult hoped to achieve in that haunted place. This information confirms it then. The cult is located within Luskan. Excellent work. You have justified Lord Nash's faith in you and more. You will need to get into Luskan and enter the host tower itself. Speak to Erin. Hopefully he will have some ideas on how you can go about this.
That sounds like a dangerous task. Nah, I'm okay with the dangerous task. Can I expect some help? Will you be coming with me?
Both Erin and I will join you in Luskan, of course. Erin will be there to help you enter the tower. As for me, I have other plans.
What do you mean? What plans?
I wish I could tell you, but I cannot. I have little choice in the matter. Please, just do as you are asked to. Do not be alarmed in any case. I have my orders just as you do. I will see you in Luskan.
I'll do my best.
Go then and speak to Erin. I hope that... I wish... No, never mind. Be safe.
I understand that you have found information pinpointing the cult within Luskan. That is good. I believe I have found a way inside the city. An old friend of mine is a sergeant who works the city gates. I have convinced him that the plague is no longer a threat, and as a favor, he has agreed to allow my agents and I into the city. I will give your description to him, so he will allow you entry. Aribeth and I shall be moving our base of operations to Luskan, so we will meet you there.
Are you sure your friend will let me into the city?
I am quite confident, yes. He does not have the power to let us back out, however. Once we are inside Luskan, we are inside for good, and cannot return to Port Llast.
How will I get to the host tower?
I am not completely sure just yet. Seek me out in Luskan when you arrive, and hopefully I will have a plan for you then.
What are you and Aribeth going to do in Luskan?
I will be attempting to find you a way into the host tower, of course, so you can explore your lead further. Aribeth insists on coming to Luskan as well. I believe she feels a strong need to see this through, to take vengeance for what happened to Fenthic. I shall not deny her.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Aribeth may seem disturbed, but it is not without reason. She takes her orders from Lord Nasher regardless, so I am in no position to deny her will.
Very well.
Aribeth and I shall begin moving our base to the Temple of Tyr within Luskan. Once you get inside the city, meet us there.
Wait, there's a Temple of Tyr in Luskan? That seems ill-advised, but okay.
Remember to finish up any loose ends you have, and to take what companions and gear you need before going to Luskan. You will not be able to leave the city once you enter.
Will do.
Go then, and do what you must. I wish you success.
Alright, so, we have our new orders to get to Luskan, which means we have to go up the North Road. There are a number of quests up there that we need to finish, so I will be taking part of those. But let's talk to Dalen. I would like him back on my team.
I've been waiting for you. I suspected you would return. Do you need me to join with you once more?
Yes, please. My blade is yours to command. And we're going to end today atop a horse, talking to Dalen Red Tiger.
Yes? Is there something you need?
Well, first thing, I'd like you to level up. Alright.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk for a while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Kigro. If we're to be adventuring companions, I'd like to know a little more about you. There are no great secrets about me, Kigro. I am what I am. My father was an orc, and my mother was an Uthgat of the Red Tiger tribe. I know nothing of my father. My mother would never speak of him. But I was raised among the Red Tiger tribe in the customs and traditions of the Uthgat people. I do not know what more I can tell you. Tell me about the Uthgat, about your customs and traditions. I have no idea what they are. We Uthgat are a simple but noble people. We hunt the herds and live off the land. We worship the gods of our ancestors and the totems of our tribes. Some in the cities fear us. They call us bloodthirsty savages, but they are ignorant of our ways. We are fierce warriors, of great courage and honor, even if they do not understand. What was it like for you growing up? I will not lie. I was never allowed to forget about my father's tainted orc blood. Yet if the tribe did not embrace me, at least they tolerated me. Which is a story many half-orcs have to suffer through. Like the other young boys of our tribe, I ran and climbed and swam and grew strong. I learned to hunt and fish. I learned the lore of our tribe, and most importantly, I learned the honor of a warrior. With my mother's death, the time came for me to prove myself worthy of the tribe. I left in search of glory and honor in the outside world. To prove my spirit was true, I went to Luskan. Why did you go to Luskan? It was the closest city to our tribe, though I knew nothing of its foul, rotten character. If I had, I would not have gone. Which, again, surprises me that there's a Temple of Tyr anywhere near the rotten city of Luskan. I have tried to forget my time in that accursed city, Kigro. The memories are not pleasant. This is not the time to speak of such things, Kigro. We must focus on rooting out the cult responsible for the Wailing Death. Perhaps we can speak of this later, when the time is right. Well, thank you for telling me, Talon. And with that, from atop a horse, I shall end the episode. So, thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.